Welcome to the HFY Galaxy Tales. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a new story from HFY Galaxy Tales. Where humanity always finds a way. The ship beneath the waves. The research vessel Endeavour drifted in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Its engines hummed quietly while the crew worked inside the control room. On the large sonar screen, the ocean floor appeared as dark green shapes and ridges. Most of it was empty rock and sand. But then, something strange appeared. Dr. Harris, the chief marine scientist, leaned closer to the screen. "What is that?" he asked, pointing at a perfect oval shape on the display. It was huge, over 200 meters long, and too smooth to be natural. The sonar operator shook his head. "Not a rock, not coral, and definitely not a wreck we know about." They lowered the underwater drones. The camera feed came up on the big monitor, showing deep blue darkness broken by the light of the drone's lamps. As it moved closer to the anomaly, a metallic surface appeared from beneath layers of sand. The metal was dark silver, with strange, curved patterns carved into it. No rust, no decay, as if it had been built yesterday. The entire crew gathered around the screen. One of the engineers whispered, "It looks like a spaceship." At first, everyone laughed nervously, but the more they saw, the quieter they became. This was not like any submarine, ship, or craft ever built on Earth. Closer inspection revealed markings across the hull. They glowed faintly. When the drone's light touched them, symbols in no language anyone recognized. The glow seemed to pulse slowly, like a heartbeat. The atmosphere on the vessel grew tense. "Get me the Navy, Doctor," Harris said, his voice firm. Within hours, military ships surrounded the Endeavour. The area was locked down. No radio transmissions were allowed. The discovery was now top secret. A team of military divers and scientists prepared for a deep-sea mission. They descended into the black waters, their lights cutting through the darkness. As they approached the massive craft, the water seemed warmer. The divers could feel a faint vibration in their suits. It was like the ship itself was alive. They found a large circular hatch halfway along the hull. It was untouched by corrosion. One diver reached out and brushed away some sand, revealing more glowing symbols. Without warning, the hatch began to open. No one had touched any controls. A slow stream of bubbles escaped as the entrance widened. "Command, the hatch just opened on its own," the lead diver reported. There was a pause on the radio, then the reply came. "Proceed with caution." Inside was a tunnel lined with dark panels that reflected their lights. The walls gave off a low hum, deep and steady. It was the sound of machinery still running after who knew how many years. As they moved deeper, their instruments gave strange readings. Gravity felt lighter, and the oxygen levels were unexpectedly high. It was as if the ship wanted them inside. Dr. Harris floated slowly into the first large chamber. The floor was covered in a strange black glass that rippled faintly under their boots. In the center of the room stood a pedestal. Above it hovered a sphere of liquid light, shifting colors like an oil slick. None of them had seen anything like it. "This ship, it's still powered," one scientist whispered over the comms. The team exchanged uneasy glances. If the ship was still active, then maybe it wasn't abandoned, and if it wasn't abandoned, who, or what, had built it? Dr. Harris turned to the Navy commander. "We need to keep going," he said. Something deep in his instincts told him that the most important discovery in human history lay just ahead, but a small voice in the back of his mind also whispered a warning. Some doors should never be opened. The sleeping passenger. The deeper they went into the alien ship, the stranger it became. The corridors were wide and smooth, with no visible seams or bolts. The walls curved gently, as if the whole ship had been grown instead of built. Soft lights glowed along the edges, pulsing in rhythm with the same heartbeat-like hum they had heard outside. The Navy commander's voice came through the comms, calm but firm. "Stay alert, and watch for any movement." Every step seemed to echo too loudly, even though the floor absorbed most of the sound. The air was breathable, warm, and carried a faint metallic taste. It was almost as if the ship had prepared itself for human visitors. Dr. Harris examined the walls, running his gloved hand along the surface. He could feel a faint vibration, like there was something moving inside. Every so often, the lights shifted from pale white to deep blue. It felt like the ship was watching them. After several minutes, they reached a massive doorway. It was sealed with a layer of glass-like material, completely transparent. Behind it was a large circular chamber filled with strange equipment. In the center stood a tall, upright pod, surrounded by cables and glowing symbols. The pod was made of the same dark silver metal as the ship's hull. Its front panel was crystal clear, and inside, suspended in a soft blue light, was a figure. The shape was humanoid, but taller than any human, nearly 3 meters. Its skin was pale gray, its face sharp and angular. It wore armor that seemed grown onto its body, with faint lines of light running across it. The entire team froze. Dr. Harris felt his heart pounding in his chest. "It's alive," whispered one of the scientists. They could see the slow rise and fall of its chest, as if it was breathing. The Navy commander stepped forward. "Secure the chamber, and get me a bioscan." 2 specialists moved in with portable scanners, aiming them at the pod. The results made no sense. The readings were stable, as if the being inside was in perfect health. Despite what must have been centuries underwater, one of the divers asked the question everyone was thinking: "Do we wake it up?" The commander shook his head. "Not until we know exactly what it is." As they studied the pod, the glowing symbols on its surface began to shift and change. Lines of light crawled across the metal like living circuits. The hum in the walls grew louder, and the air in the chamber seemed to vibrate. "Commander, something's happening," Dr. Harris said sharply. The symbols formed into a single long line, then flared bright white, with a hiss of escaping air. The front panel of the pod began to open. Everyone took a step back, weapons raised. The blue light inside faded, revealing the aliens' eyes. They snapped open, bright gold, glowing faintly in the dim room. The alien looked around slowly, its gaze sharp and intelligent. When it saw the humans, it tilted its head slightly, as if assessing them. The Navy commander stepped forward cautiously. "We're not here to harm you," he said. The alien's lips moved, and to everyone's shock, it spoke in perfect English. "You are not my enemy," it said in a deep, steady voice. Its tone was calm, but there was something behind it: urgency and fear. Dr. Harris exchanged a stunned glance with the commander. "How do you speak our language?" he asked. The alien's eyes narrowed. "I learned a long time ago, before I came here to hide." The word hide sent a chill through the room. "Hide from what?" the commander demanded. The alien's gaze moved past them, toward the sealed doors they had entered through. Its voice was quiet but firm. "From the ones who are coming, the ones who destroyed my world, and now they will find yours." The hum of the ship deepened, almost like a warning growl. Dr. Harris realized with sinking dread, waking this alien had not just revealed a secret, it had sent out a signal. Not a visitor, a warning. The room was silent except for the deep hum of the alien ship. The golden-eyed being stepped out of the pod slowly, every movement controlled and deliberate. Its armor shifted with it, glowing faintly as if it was alive. The humans instinctively gave it space, weapons still in hand but lowered. "I did not come to conquer," the alien said, its voice steady. "I came to hide. To escape an enemy that cannot be bargained with." Its eyes scanned each human in the room before continuing. "But now, my hiding is over, and so is your safety." The Navy commander's jaw tightened. "You're saying they'll come here?" The alien nodded. "When my pod opened, the ship sent out a signal. A distress call or a beacon." Dr. Harris felt the weight of the words sink into his stomach. "How long until they arrive?" he asked. "Not long," the alien replied. "They are hunters. They do not stop. They will follow until nothing is left." The alien stepped closer, its gaze intense. "You must leave this world, or prepare to defend it." The humans exchanged looks. The idea of leaving Earth was impossible. The commander spoke first. "We're not running." The alien tilted its head. "Do you not understand? This is not a war you can win." Jack, one of the Navy divers, finally spoke. "We've heard that before, and yet, we're still here." The alien studied him for a long moment, then gave the smallest nod, almost of respect. The briefing. They moved to the ship's central chamber. Holograms lit the air, showing strange ships, dark, spiked vessels shaped like predators. "These are the Kurul," the alien said. "They destroyed my home, burned the oceans, cracked the crust, and scattered my people across the void." The humans watched in grim silence. Dr. Harris asked, "Why were you in the ocean? Why Earth?" The alien replied, "Your world's water, its pressure, its life signatures. It was the perfect place to hide from their sensors." A pause. "Then, but now, they will find us both." The decision. The Navy commander contacted the surface. Orders came back quickly. The alien was to be brought to a secure military facility, but the alien refused. "If you wish to survive, your people must know what is coming," I will help you prepare. The commander looked at Dr. Harris, then back at the alien. All right, we'll work together. The alien's golden eyes glinted. Then you will need more than weapons. You will need courage. The HFY moment. 2 days later, military leaders met with the alien aboard a Navy carrier. It explained the enemy's tactics, their weapons, and their weaknesses, few, but real. The alien expected fear, hesitation, maybe even surrender. Instead, it found determination. You humans, the alien said quietly, you choose to fight, even when the odds are against you. The commander answered, on Earth, when something dangerous comes to our door, we don't hide. Dr. Harris added, we've been fighting to survive. Since the day our species began, it's what we do best. The alien looked out over the dark ocean, the faintest smile on its face. Then perhaps, you have a chance. The final scene back in the depths of the Pacific. The alien ship powered up fully for the first time in centuries, lights blazed along its hull, and its engines hummed with deep energy. It was no longer hiding, it was preparing. From the ship's control core, a signal pulsed into space. This time, it was not a beacon of fear. It was a challenge. Somewhere, far away, the Kurul would see it, and they would come. But now Earth would be ready. The alien stood beside the humans on the carrier deck, watching the horizon. You are not my enemy, it repeated. You may be the only hope left for both our worlds. In the fading light, the commander gave a single nod. Then let them come.